Hey everybody, Swing Rider. If you want to know why I'm out of breath, I'm already working on my LT2000 mower. I need to sharpen the blades on it, so I took the blades off. And keeping up with the maintenance around here, yard maintenance, is a full-time job because we have acres. You know, it's not a lot, it's acres. And I use a tractor with a bush hog mower too, but good mower, LT2000. This thing's probably at least 10 years old. My dad bought it brand new. And it developed a problem after we had it a couple of years with the carburetor. What it would do, it'd run about 20 minutes and then it would just shut off. And I didn't know what it was. This is my brother up there messing with his motorcycle. There's my Gold Wing there and my KLR over there and the trailer for the Gold Wing. But anyway, I knew it was a fuel problem, but I wasn't sure. So I messed around with it, changed the fuel filter, this and that and the other, and I finally just come to the conclusion that I took the carburetor apart, cleaned it up. I couldn't find anything wrong with it. But run about 15-20 minutes, it quit. I thought it was vapor locking or something. But I finally just replaced the carburetor and it fixed it. And that was like 8 years ago. And put a new set of tires on the back because they rotted, a couple of batteries. These towers in here, it's basically a shaft with 2 sealed bearings inside, a housing, a belt pulley on top, and a blade on the bottom. And it's just a tower. And when they go out, a bearing goes out, you just replace the whole tower because they're designed not to be the bearings to be replaced. You would do the whole thing. Of course, if you know the bearing number, and you could probably get in there and do it, but I just replaced the whole thing, which turned out to be, money-wise, it was cheaper just to redo the whole thing. An idler pulley, a plastic idler pulley, replaced that and some belts, and then normal oil changes. So anyway, and there's my workhorse right there, my Polaris Ranger. That's my truck, farm truck. And then I have these Cobalt electric equipment here. This one is a Cobalt. It is the pole saw, and it's got an extension that goes in the middle, 40-volt battery operated. I've also got the chainsaw, the hedge trimmer, and I just bought the weed eater, all Cobalt 40-volt. The battery's interchanged for the 40-volt. And I had my Husqvarna weed eater. Over the winter, I forgot to drain the fuel out of it, and you have fuel with oil in it, 2-stroke fuel, and it gums up the carburetor, plus this ethanol shit. So I put a carburetor on it and $15 on eBay, and it run fair. But then I thought, you know, mixing fuel and all this crap, I used it for a backup. I went and got the battery operated Cobalt. Man, that sucker weed eats like crazy. No mixing fuel, no yanking in the engine, and it's just put a battery in it. So it's not like I'm a retired Florida State Trooper. I don't have nothing to do with the company or anything like that. I just love this Cobalt stuff, man, from Lowe's. I got it at Lowe's, and this battery operated stuff, that is the way to go, man. They got 80-volt stuff too, I think. Anyway, a lot of yard to cut and grass to cut and keep up with, and I'm going to attach another video to this one. And when I was on the 140 Farmall, it's over there, the 140 Farmall, right? Focus. There it is. That you're looking at the face of it. It's got a bush. It's a 67 140 Farmall with a bush hog mower behind it. And then I've got my 1951 Model A John Deere 1944 M Farmall. It's got a bad exhaust intake manifold on it. It needs to be replaced. There's 1936 Model A John Deere in the corner back there, and a 1939 Model A John Deere. In my past, besides highway patrol, I did restoring tractors for a hobby, but with my health and my back and everything, I can't do all that shit no more. So I mess with them still, but my favorite thing is yard work. I love the yard work, the mowing grass, and I use this and mow, picker up stick thing there to pick up limbs, and just this Polaris Ranger, man, this thing has been amazing. Like I said, that's my farm truck. And the barn where my dad's truck and my mom's car, and in their house, and mine's over that way. So my brother-in-law, he owns him and my sister live back here. They own a big diesel towing car business, kind of all rolled into one. And he's got his, some of his personal trailers, and there's like a semi-trailer they towed in that's here temporarily. Anyway, it's a lot to keep up with this place, but it's a nice place, you know. Anyway, enough of that. I'm going to sharpen the blades on this mower and wait till the grass dries a little bit. I don't like mowing wet grass, so I'll wait till it dries. And it gets so damn hot this time of the year. The temperature, the index yesterday was 105, I think, in Madison, and it showed 97 on my thermometer. I don't know how they figure the index or whatever, but I get this. I got a heat stroke last Monday, and I had to stop and sit down next to a tree. I couldn't even walk. I started getting physically ill and thought I was going to throw up. So I sat there under a shade tree for about 10 minutes before I could walk back to my house. So be careful in this weather, man. And it doesn't matter how much water you drink, you can still get heat stroke. So drink plenty of water and be careful when you're working out in this heat. All right, we'll see you in a second. If I do another video and attach to this one, I probably will, doing some yard work and mowing with the tractor like I was saying. So see you in a second. Okay, the blades are back on the mower. I just wanted to touch base with you on a channel. This is a guy, Darren's his name. He's up in New England, New Hampshire, and he goes by Musty1, M-U-S-T-I-1 on YouTube. And he is a really interesting guy. Mechanical super genius, this guy. He thinks of the little simple things that most people don't think of on yard equipment and stuff. Like he goes to yard sales, somebody has a lawnmower that quit running because the carburetor got messed up or something like that over the winter. His fuel's sitting in it. He gets it for next to nothing, takes it home, gets them running, and resells them. And that's pretty much how he makes a living, or partly from the video that I gathered. He works out of a garage at his home, but he builds motorcycles, or they're more like mopeds, but they're motorcycles actually, and he uses bicycles and frames and old wheels and like old APUs, military auxiliary power units, and they're so authentic. He built one that's like a replica board track racer, and he used a bicycle frame, spoons, forks, yard equipment, and then I think it was an APU from 1945, if that's the one he used, an old auxiliary power unit, single cylinder engine, military, and that he bought. And he fabricated metal, and he built this thing. It was so authentic that when he got out, it even had the white bicycle tires. So it's like a board track racer, you know, from the teens and 20s. And he was riding it one day, and a guy in a Harley came up. Wow, what year is that? He thought it was authentic board track racer, and to his credit, Musty1, Darren said, "Boy, I built it," you know. So anyway, check out Musty1. He's a VW guy. He goes to the yard sales and buys gas-powered stuff and works on stuff, all the stuff guys like. He does. And I actually considered myself a pretty damn good mechanic, because before going highway patrol, I worked as a mechanic for a while in a diesel shop and Chevrolet dealership for a little while, automobiles. But this guy, I've actually learned stuff from watching his channel, you know, lawnmowers and stuff like that. I've learned stuff watching him that's helped me out here on the farm. So check it out, Musty1, and you won't regret it. So stay tuned for more yard work.
doing all this one-handed.